You know, we may not be able to resolve 100% of this impasse today. There are differences, and to resolve those differences is going to take sitting down, talking, working through the matters of disagreement. One side of this chamber is prepared to do this, the Democrats are not. In the meantime, it ought to be a bipartisan priority to fund our veterans. You know, a second possible objection, I can see some watching this debate who think, well, okay, but if you fund the VA, doesn't that mean the Democrats have given in on Obamacare? Somehow it's got to be connected to Obamacare, right? Mr. President, as every member of this body knows, the VA is totally disconnected. The VA bill that passed the House, it doesn't implicate Obamacare, it doesn't mention Obamacare, it does nothing on Obamacare. Look, we've got a disagreement on Obamacare. Part of this body thinks it's a terrific bill. Part of this body thinks it's a train wreck, a disaster that's hurting millions of Americans. That's an important debate. But whether or not our veterans get their disability payment shouldn't be made hostage to resolving that debate. It is exactly like the bill that my friends on the Democratic side of the aisle already voted for to fund the men and women in the military. It's exactly the same. They've done it once, and yet for whatever reason, they have made a decision that certainly appears to the public to be cynical and partisan. There should be no confusion. The House of Representatives has overwhelmingly voted to protect our veterans and fund the VA. 35 Democrats joined Republicans in the House to do that. 35. It was bipartisan legislation. It came over here. Every Senate Republican agrees we should fund the VA. We should pass this bill. There is unanimity. And indeed, the president, when he addressed the nation, said his priority was to fund the VA. So we've got Republicans and Democrats in the House agreeing we should fund the VA. We have Republicans in the Senate and a Democratic president of the United States agreeing we should fund the VA. And sadly, we have Democrats in the Senate and a majority leader in the Senate objecting and stopping the VA from being funded.